Did you guys ever have the Santa that came around on the fire engine when you were kids?
Yep.
It was like that, but she was just throwing wet ham out onto the pavement. She just go, here you go, and it was like wary of her. So she's trying to throw ham out towards it, just went onto the pavement. And it kept landing on the road. She's like, I can't, it won't frisbee out onto the lawn. She's like, there you go. Are you hungry? Come and eat the ham. Don't go on the road though. I don't want to be pulled up.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something? Oh, Mario! Oh my God!
Woo.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep. Now, I wanted to do this on the podcast, but it's a news story of the week. So you're not going to, I won't do it for the first video podcast, but I wanted to share it because I think it's very, very interesting. So let's pretend this was a news story. A guy in California shelled out a measly $150, 200 AUD, to save thousands, to pay off his student loan, his student debt, get married, purchase a house. Because in California, you can pay $150 a year for round access to Six Flags, which includes 2 meals a day and free parking. So he just stopped buying food altogether and just went to Six Flags for lunch, went back to work, dinner on the way home.
That would be the most horrendous food ever.
Oh, his arsehole would be a mess.
Yeah, his arsehole must be on fire.
He would have diarrhea and constipation on the same day.
But he's got money now.
Yes, yeah, it's $150 for the year. He said.
So did he buy a house, or was that saying he was living at Six Flags?
He just saved enough money to buy a house, but he didn't go to the grocery store for a year. Just ate at Six Flags
for $150
for the whole year.
Jeez,
$150 for your entire food. For all your food, your entire food, the whole food for the year.
So it's just one meal. So if you eat there for lunch,
2 meals.
Like,
two meals.
Right. So if you eat there at lunch and you're like, it wasn't quite enough, you have to wait till dinner.
I think there was you can get free refills of drinks and stuff like that, but
Fucking hell. So he's just,
for most people,
that's pretty good.
A meal is enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense because that's subjective.
Exactly.
It depends on how big. For most people,
but theme parks.
For a mouse and a human, a meal is enough.
That's true.
How big's the mouse? Or how big's the meal? More to the point.
Have you ever had a fried pickle?
No.
I had a fried pickle at a theme park and it fucked up my whole day.
Yeah, of course it did. It's a
assholes,
fried pickle.
Yeah.
I mean, a pickle by itself is not great.
But yeah, that's again subjective.
That's right, isn't it? It's pickled.
No,
It's supposed to be good for your guts, isn't it?
Is that true? No, it's not.
so.
It's not fermented. It's pickled.
It wasn't good for my guts.
There's a difference there.
That's true.
Fermentation and pickleization, different stories.
Pickleization.
Is that the term?
I don't believe
That's that
so.
song by
Fermentation, and what are you just saying? And pickling.
Pickling, yeah.
And the process of pickling. Hypnotize, rise in me. Oh boy.
All right, we can do a
The good thing about this podcast is we've all got such good chemistry.
I love dead spots.
Ooh, GMat. Yay. Hello and welcome to the first video podcast episode ever, episode 172 of the GMat podcast. Have you guys had your second Pfizer shots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't feel anything.
I felt fine.
Yeah.
I felt fine.
Felt worse the first time.
Yes, I felt very bad the first time.
And they say the second time's supposed to be worse.
What's the window for side effects? It's only a few days, isn't it?
Yeah, like 2.
3 days later, Matthew died. Rest in peace, but we must carry on. Aidan, also known as Pooper, is now the illustrious host of the Aidan podcast.
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/the real GMat. Go get yourself the GMat podcast hoodie.
I love that none of us are repping that.
Yeah, I know. I did bad planning. It's also brought to you by Elgato. Thank you, Elgato, for supporting us with the Stream Deck to help us get through the video podcast. That intro is brought to you by Toey Datsun. Thanks, Toey Datsun. If you'd like to submit an intro to the GMat podcast, please do so. Send it to contact@therealgmat.tv or submit it in the Discord or send it to me on Facebook or send it to me in the mail. I don't care. Just give me the thing so I can play it on the thing. It'll be great. Cut the music, please.
Ooh.
Thanks, Ryan. Hello, everybody. My name is Matt. I'm the host of the GMat podcast. I'm joined, as always, on my right by Mr. Aidan Jonathan.
Hello, everybody.
And in front of me by Ben J. And running the boards, taking care of the camera is our producer, Becky J.
Hello, hello.
Producer. Did you like that?
I like that.
I love it because it's one of those words that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, I thought it was all encompassing that because you're doing too many things. I was like, well, that could be
Fact check, lady.
That can be the job. Hello, everybody. Welcome. If you're watching this now live, because it is premiering on the GMat podcast channel with the chat, thank you for watching. Thank you for being there and chatting with us. I'll be in the chat. But
when?
well, this is on the 8th, I think. It's
8th of what?
Well, it's not the 8th of October, is it?
How are you,
next
Ben?
year.
Are you doing well?
Whatever. I'm fucking tired.
It is 10 a.m. It is. I mean, it's not 10 a.m. is not early, but it's early podcast.
I was shocked
Yeah,
to get the message.
you had to do
When
it
it came
at 10
down
a.m.
I was
wire.
like already in, like I was in, I can't remember. You sent it to me late, didn't you?
I sent it to you in the Arvo, but not like it wasn't
I
night
was
time yet.
not prepared.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess we can do it at 10 in the morning.
I also was not prepared,
No.
but we adapt, we overcome, we succeed.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say, guys, this is the first ever video podcast, and I'm the only one wearing a tie.
I'd really like it. It's a nice touch.
Thank you.
But I wish you'd coordinated because I would have done it.
We said it last week.
Did we?
Yes, I said, are you going to look all fancy? You got a suit? And you're like, I don't have a suit, but I'll wear a tie. And I was like, great. I'll also wear a tie.
Well, he said I didn't have a suit. I'll wear a tie.
No, you
Yeah.
said you'll wear a tie.
And
but
then
I have a suit.
I let my only tie out.
Oh no,
You said you'd wear a tie. Roll the tape.
I did. Yeah, I did say.
So-
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not like embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for
No,
you.
you look great. And you got, is that a pocket square or have you just got notes?
No, it's my ad read.
Oh.
I didn't put a pocket square in. I'm so sorry.
I want to start off on a good note. I want to
yeah?
start off where we are, you know.
Fucking.
what's
I don't know
wrong?
why we're doing a video podcast and now I can't get the mic right. I've been doing this for years. I wore my loudest jacket as well now that we're doing a video podcast. Because sound
It does.
not
It is
important
a
anymore.
nice jacket.
Hey,
You've
thanks,
got a
son.
lovely vibe. Your brown Doc Martens.
No tie though.
No tie, but you know,
I'm going for a different fancy. I'm going street fancy.
you're going like
Yeah,
90s
yeah.
high schooler fancy.
It looks good.
Thanks.
And can you read out those texts I sent you the other day?
Here we go.
Please.
It's a good place to start.
Look at him.
I mean, it's a place to dive in.
It's
for
right.
sure.
You know, it's right now, Lane.
Hey baby, come over. No, sorry.
The other ones.
Okay. Matt sends me a picture. Can I zoom up on the picture and show
Oh,
of
yeah. Okay.
Matt sends me this. Ben, look at that. Matt sends me that.
Yeah, it looks like him.
Right? He's sitting somewhere. And he says, you ever get the diarrhea sweats so bad it makes you dizzy? And instantly I said, yeah, I get goosebumps. It's terrible.
And it's true.
Right.
And I
Spooky
know you
shits.
understand because you talked on the podcast about getting caught driving and having to go to Macca's and you're like, you start to get a bit flush. and
Yeah,
you're
yeah. Like
it's-
you're sitting and you have to hold onto the side walls. You're like, oh, fuck.
Push into the floor.
Jesus Christ. This is terrible. Like Matt says, like it hit me that I needed to do it. And I stood up and I was immediately like, uh-oh.
I think we've covered this though. You
I'm glad that
sit
happened.
when you work probably 4 paces from a toilet though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this time was in the lounge room. It's fine here.
This time I was in the laundry, so you're 4 paces away from 2 toilets.
Yeah.
But it's still, it doesn't change the sweats. It's just like, it's.
But it shouldn't sneak up on you
It's-
that quickly.
it's exactly how Ben says it, how your stomach just goes
But that's what it is. It like I might need to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it just your stomach flips, and you're like, oh, and you get the sweats.
I think for me and
Get dizzy,
probably
almost
most
fall over.
normal people,
All right.
when that happens, it's like the happens and it's like a knocking at the door. It's like, okay, hello, we need to come in now.
The door.
But the that you get is like the door's being kicked in and it's just
Yeah.
Can you
if
get to
it's-
the gum
If it's
before-
the blah that I'm thinking of, that's like
it's go time.
F by a peanut.
It's
That is
not.
like, let's go.
I'm not walking to the bathroom. I'm not getting a roof and being like, well,
Well,
better get up.
well,
better
Beck,
hang on.
I'd better go to the bathroom.
I'll be back. I need to.
It's
poo."
like, where did Matt go, and why are his sunglasses and hat still in the air?
There's just a cloud of smoke in the shape of him.
I did. I would run past Beck and because our floors are wood, I'd slip. Like I'd be going
Like a
around.
dog.
And I'd be like, move, because I had to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't shit myself. Didn't shit
Well,
myself.
you said also I got to the toilet so slowly, and now I don't need to go, so I got to sit here and wait for the next wave.
A next
So he
sweat wave.
knows that he's got like
Now arriving at
full-on
platform
diarrhea
2.
coming.
Turds.
He knows that he's got like liquid shits on the way,
Mm-hmm.
and he still got to the toilet so slowly.
But
What do you
held it
mean?
Too
in.
slowly. Well, because honestly, it would be like I had like a 10-second window of sweats to go.
Really?
Yeah.
And then it's just like,
It like my body went, okay, you've passed this, we'll give you a break. And I was like, and then
It's pretty
like,
forceful though. It's like, okay, you're sure you definitely don't want to take this one. You definitely don't want to let this shit. Are you sure? Okay. All right. If you know, okay, well then it's gone.
I
And then
imagine
you just have
like
to wait.
a lot of like construction workers like in your body, like, God, get the fucking gate open! Get the gate open now! And you just don't do it.
and then they're all like, there's just air and water pushing out of like pipes and shit like that.
It's gonna blow!
Yeah, and then someone gets tape around it, so they're like, okay, we're good, but we need to sort this out soon. And then I go to the bathroom 10 minutes later, and I'm good. I'm good. But we both had a weekend full of
Shitting.
just the shits.
I had
Time.
some sort of stomach issue.
I don't know. I think it's a bug because I messaged Ben.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because that day that Ben came over for lunch, they cooked barbecue meat that was no good.
barbecue
Really?
isn't a style of meat.
Yeah, you
That's
did
how you
say
cook
that's
it.
the second time I've heard him say that. I've got some barbecue meat.
But when you
in the
talk about
fridge.
barbecue meat,
what does that mean?
You know, I'm talking about like sausages and hamburgers.
So just say that.
Okay, I cooked up sausages and hamburgers.
But you can
yeah.
barbecue
Oh, you mean
anything.
barbecue meat?
Yeah, just some barbecue meats.
Nah,
Barbecue meat.
No, I got stuff for the barbecue. I got some meat for the
Okay,
barbecue.
I cooked some sausages and hamburgers, but at
Nice.
some point our fridge was left ajar for who knows how long. And so I was like, I said that to you and you were like, I'm not eating it. But then you did eat it and you didn't get unwell. Beck didn't get unwell. I got unwell, but you got unwell. You didn't even eat the barbecue meat.
That's right.
So I think it's a bug. I
It
think
was
Aidan
about.
and I...
It was like 5 days of like, oh sweet Jesus,
Like,
My theory
how
was,
are you
what
going?
did you guys eat when you were over here the night before?
about 14 million party pies.
Well,
We
you
did
got
eat a
some
lot of
party
But
pies.
Beck also ate a lot of party pies too. I mean, to say a lot of party pies. We all have a lot of party pies.
Where did Doc say?
Yeah, I was like, wait, that sounds horrendous. Matt and I were fiendish with the party pies, I have to say.
Not as fiendish as Beck,
No, how could you be?
who ate her body
That is
weight in party
crazy.
pies.
That was unbelievable.
Her party weight and body pies.
Although she was really dug in. She was really dug into the sausage rolls.
There you go.
And we
That's
were really into
true.
the party
There
pies.
you
Correct,
go.
I
Beck
can
doesn't.
corroborate.
Yeah, Beck doesn't do
Case
party
closed.
pies.
No. All right, maybe that was it. Maybe we party pied ourselves
No,
into
I was
diarrhea.
shitting. No, I wasn't shitting before that.
I can't
I mean,
fucking
I had shit before that.
believe this.
What?
Every day of my life, this cunt leaves the gate open, doesn't
I did
know how to
just
close
hear-
the gate, and it
Who
goes.
is
It's Bruce.
Oh,
All fucking day, and it's gonna. You'll hear it. It'll come through again.
I just heard it before.
Yeah.
But I have
I
to
thought that
say
was him
that I
leaving.
tried to close it the other day, and it didn't close like it used to.
You've got to give. You've got to give it a
Yeah,
bit of
since
love.
the whoever the
new
efficient
tenants.
old owners were that left, then the new ones.
It doesn't close like it used to. If you put
Yeah.
some WD-40 on, there's a little bit of
That'll
rust
stop the
or something.
squeaking as well.
Just
That
gonna
would
shoot.
that would stop the squeaking. Some WD-40.
Or you can sit here and complain about it.
100%.
That might
There it
fix
goes. Fucking piece of shit. So I shit myself once. I remember getting the sweats, getting the I was at a show. I was not really a date, but it was one of those things where it was going with a person.
Block your ears,
and
bro.
it was like it was
It was a date.
it was last week. Yeah, but you were like it was like, do you want
I
to go
was
with
there?
me? No. I was joking. It was like
You're the cowardly lion.
Oh, right.
didn't know if it was a date. But I went with this girl to see a show in Shepparton, and we got like halfway through the
Ritzy.
show. Yeah, big time. It was a musical though. That's as ritzy as it gets in Shepparton.
What was the musical?
I think it was what's the one with the girl who
Annie.
has.
It's Annie. Just stop
Annie.
describing it. It's Annie.
It's Annie.
She's
I know, it's
she's a
Annie.
bogan, and then the dude makes her nice.
Sharon.
My Fair Lady. It was
My Fair Lady
Mm-hmm.
with
A bogan.
with Julie Andrews.
That's the one. I mean, what she
Julie
wasn't. No,
Andrews
no,
was
she
in
wasn't. It.
Shepparton?
No.
Wow,
That is a
that
ritzy
is
show. I take it
ritzy
back.
as.
I was being a smart ass. but-
Ritzy City.
We had Julie
Why have you never
Anderson.
taken me to see Julianne?
Yeah, what the fuck?
True.
Um,
Never taken me to see her either.
I'm sorry,
I've
guys.
It
I'm
was only
sorry.
for your fancy
No, I've been.
Sheppartonian girlfriends.
So I
I've
was
been.
sitting in the aisles, and we were deep in the aisles.
Oh, yeah?
And I got the
Deep
sweats.
up in them aisles. Huh?
Good.
Hey, baby.
Good date, huh?
I got the sweats, and I was like,
I love
yes.
this story about him shitting himself.
Hey.
I think it's a ritzy
First,
date.
first date. Do you mind if I shit?
Well, that's what I sat there for a while because I was like, I can't.
Sat there for a while, just let it
Like,
cook.
just tried to let the sweats. fucking,
Yeah, I can see exactly how you feel.
Like calming down, just
Like-
like
push past that
You could
station.
have, anything could have happened on the stage. You wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah. No,
It's like you're just living just behind your eyes in that moment.
exactly. I was on there, but it was all blurry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
yeah.
so,
You're not there.
I
in a fugue state.
I realized there was nothing I could do. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I was like, and it's embarrassing in the middle of a show. You got to get up and
Were you in the middle aisle?
Yeah. I was in. There's no.
You're in the middle, not on the edge.
I was in the middle, yeah.
That's
so I
a
had to
problem.
move, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I don't know why I told her that, and then I got up.
Because it would have been weird to just get up.
Just
and
get,
leave.
exactly, yeah.
The show
that's what you
blows.
told
See you
her.
later.
So I did the
real
side.
Julie Andrews.
I was doing the side hustle past everyone, and it was bad. And I got right to the end.
Crop dust.
Oh no! Are you crop dusted or you just shit yourself?
I did a little poo right at the end.
It's not a crop dust.
Like
That's
a little
fucking
poo.
bomb raid.
A little poo? Do you mean like a?
Like,
or
no,
do
just
you
like,
a?
no, like a little bit of wet came out because it was
Oh, so it was
diarrhea.
more like a.
It
This
was
is a
na-
video podcast. You can do a visual demonstration now. Aidan.
Oh well, this is what I thought. Was it like? Or is it like
It was
the second one?
so not enough to ruin my pants, but my underpants were no bueno.
And you knew.
Oh, I knew, and I did it like
Like how much? How much? Because I've never shit myself wet or solid.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons, not a little bit of poo.
I don't like how often I measure shit on this podcast in cooking.
I don't know, a cup and a half.
About a teaspoon of piss. in my
So
face. So she. By the way, I was backing
two
away.
tablespoons,
2 tablespoons, yeah.
is plenty more
Plenty.
than. So your butt was now wet.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, there were wet cheeks in
but
there.
I've got like a big butt, so it was.
But like and this might be too much, but I'll ask anyway.
yeah.
You've got hair on your butt.
This is true.
Did that become matted and gross? And like sort of like if you sat down to kind of pinch?
At this point, that's not even in my mind.
But later on in the night,
So you're still
I haven't. What?
you're still backing out of the aisle.
you're still in the theater.
I'm at-
Julie Andrews can still see him.
I'm at like
And
this.
smell him.
I'm at like the last person in the aisle, and I pooted or
So
did
they're-
a little caca. Like,
Have you
like
got back to
that
them or
far-
front to them?
Back to them, that far from their face.
So they would have seen it coming out like a ball hitting the back of a soccer net.
no, it wasn't. 'Cause
So it wasn't solid. It was
No,
more
no, no.
like it was more like someone just squeezed.
a ball hitting the
If
back
I
of
had a bowl, I would
sock on that.
squeeze some of this calcium, and you would see 2 tablespoons is so much.
Yeah, and it made a little noise. It was like, so it went in her face.
I always pick an aisle seat when I go somewhere. Now I'm rethinking.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
strategy.
yeah.
Like fucking Tutankhamun's.
Toot and come, or whatever. So I did a in her face, and that was it. And so I went to the bathroom, and then I sort of like dealt with it as much as I could there. And then I went, and I
went?
Yeah, I left. I wasn't going back in, and I didn't know what to say to her, so I just sort of left it. I was like, the show's going to go for another whatever. We were past interval, so she was going to be in there for another half an hour at least. So I just sort of went home, dealt with myself.
God.
And then I got a message from her like, where are you? What happened? Are you okay? And then I couldn't, because she knew I was going to the bathroom.
Yeah, so
Like-
I would have put together that you shit yourself.
Yeah, but I told her there was there was a family emergency.
Classic.
And I know she knows I shit myself.
Of course she knows you shit yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone in the theater knows you shit yourself.
Yeah.
It was a silent moment in the show when you went,
Luckily, it wasn't a silent moment in the show. It was like it was a number.
my fair lady.
But that's why.
Number 2.
That's why. That's why I decided to go then, because I was like, oh, this will be good. People will be more focused on.
Well,
the
that's why
number.
you shit yourself, because you were timing your need to go to the toilet to musical numbers.
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
Yeah.
You just need to go when you need to go.
It's time to go. I didn't want to interrupt Julie Andrews.
I've
Julie
told
Andrews.
you a story that a friend of mine shit themselves on stage. I was doing Shrek.
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and they shit themselves just over my shoulder. Not on my shoulder, but like they were just there.
Yeah, they went over it.
And I remember coming off stage and she went, I did get out of my way. And everybody started getting out of the way. And I was like, what the fuck happened to her? And like people around me were like, she full on shit herself on stage. That's so horrifying.
Yeah, it's no
And
good.
you're in a costume that you know you have to put back on.
And it's like it's not yours.
No.
It's like it's rent.
You know who I thought was really good? That chorus dancer with the brown streak up her back. She was amazing.
Oh, who was that one with that?
She really
brownish
kick-stepped
yellow
away off
liquid?
stage in that one number.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good. I
I've
shit
never
myself.
shit myself, as I've testified multiple times on this podcast.
Me think the lady doth protest too much.
Yeah, you're right. I've never not shit myself.
Never.
I've literally never made it to the toilet.
I live in a state of shit.
I don't wear underpants anymore. I wear just a cutout ice cream bucket.
It's an ice cream bucket. Like a Neapolitan square
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
You know, that's the only bucket that comes in that shape, is it? I think it is. I'm gonna,
No, you can get square buckets.
Oh, yeah,
I don't like
you,
that, though.
You can get the big
Squawk it.
You can get them in any flavor.
Classic. or a boy.
Have you ever encountered this?
Look at me, my eyes, man. Look at me.
No, I refuse.
When you lived here, did you ever encounter this window creep a few doors down?
Window
Oh, fuck, that guy.
The guy.
Whoa, this guy is so crazy.
creep. The dog?
Nah,
No.
nah.
Aiden went and got a haircut the other day, and he.
Thanks for commenting.
So he came here for lunch, and we walked down to the bakery. And on the way back, oh, you know what else he did? We saw.
One story at a time. Come on.
Wait, whoa.
We saw Bruce and a friend of his, and they're both gay.
Homosexuals.
And so Aiden went, look at these two gays across the street.
I said, hey, Matt, I think there are two gays across the street. Loud enough so they could hear me.
And I was like fuzzy, like my eyes had been looking at screens.
Try not to shit yourself.
Yeah, he was
So
looking behind his eyes.
I couldn't see them, and I was like, you said that so fucking loud.
I was like, yeah, I know.
What a boomer mum. It's just taking everything completely literally. You can't say that anymore, Aidan.
It's like, yeah, it's Bruce. And he's like, oh, yeah, there are two gays over there. We crossed the road and then...
Oh yeah, so we're chatting with him, and then we're just standing at the front of the house, and then we look to our left, and there's a man in a window who's pulled the curtains to his body, so it's just like curtains on either side of him.
in front of the curtain.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
there was
yeah.
curtain behind him. I'm not kidding.
And
he was in front of the curtain.
He was just standing at the curtains, like watching us,
Hands on the window pane like that.
just having a fucking gig.
And I was like, Bruce, there's a guy looking at us. And Bruce is like, yeah. And his friend goes, yeah, he's been watching us the whole way. And I was like, what? And then I looked at him and I kind of like went like, hello. No change.
You guys should have all stood in a line and just stared at him.
I was so
Between the
frightened.
two of you and Bruce, that's at least 3 meme lords I think would get on that. Just with your hands on his fence,
We
just
should've.
standing in a straight line trying to stare him down.
It wouldn't have broken.
It wouldn't have
It wouldn't have broken him.
I was convinced put it this way, if I didn't see his hands, I would have been worried he was masturbating.
Okay.
He looked like
that's the
a
face that he
window
had.
masturbator.
Like he was like, which is obviously everyone's
But you could see his
face.
hands. And they were on his junk, but he was barely moving them.
No, they were on the pane. The window pane.
Yeah, he was looking. He was having a good old.
It was just
It was
staring.
weird, and he was there. It was like he was there for a while, and then they left, and then we were sort of like he was just still, and he's only like 10 meters away from us, so he knows we can see him,
Is he an old dude?
Yeah.
and we've all acknowledged that.
Like
we
60, maybe 70, I would say. He was old enough.
I just want to check one thing.
God, here we go.
Have you been recording?
Just making sure we're recording.
Yeah, it says big red button.
Vodcast next week, everyone.
It's the first video podcast. I had to make sure I did
Thanks
the
for
right
getting up
thing.
so early.
On that
Beck.
same walk,
Yep.
there's a kid coming by with a bike, on a bike, right? And he's just whizzing by,
He's going real fast.
right? And we come back from the bakery, and I've got my chicken supreme. What's it called? Chicken schnitzel special, and Matt just got a pie, so it was just some
I don't know why you guys
schlep.
shit so much.
All right. And
It's a good pie.
the kid goes woo right past us, and Matt says to me, he goes, God, fuck, I'm so glad that kid didn't just eat shit next to us. I said, what do you mean?
I think you're being nice. I think you're like he's not getting me in trouble, because what I actually said was, wouldn't it have been hilarious if that kid just ate shit in front of us?
You see how I tried to help?
He tried to help me.
I tried to help so much.
There's no helping him.
No, and we both agreed that it would have been so annoying.
It would have been.
And the reason,
pain in the ass.
is because he goes, it would have been. I said, yeah, because if he eats shit, I then have to put down my sandwich
On the ground
I have
as
to
well?
put my sandwich down. I have to go over, and he's going, and I'm like, what's your mum's fucking number? Give me Jesus, Helen, hello. And he's sitting there, and my sandwich is getting covered in hands, and it's getting cold.
I'm so I'd love to help, but it's chicken.
Like Matt said she would arrive.
Yeah.
And we'd just be both just eating a sandwich and a pie. The kid's still writhing in pain. I'm like,
Or
he's over there.
you'd bandaged up his leg, like, so I guess, like, are we buying another sandwich for ourselves? Or
I imagined like a POV, like a Pulp Fiction sort of thing.
Yeah.
Of just looking up at us, looking down at him eating. Be like, you good?
It's called a Royale with cheese.
Put pressure on it. Put pressure on it. Let's stop the
I
blood.
don't have any bandages, but here are a couple of leaves I found. Here's some bark.
Yeah.
But he didn't eat shit.
No,
so we're
unfortunately.
really, really pleased. I
to
got
finish
to
the
eat my
sandwiches.
sandwich.
Still worked out pretty well for you, hasn't it?
The
Got to eat my pie.
sandwich, I have to say, wasn't that special. I definitely can
Wow.
make way better chicken schnitzel sandwiches.
En
That-
masse though.
Yeah.
That bakery is a sacred place.
That bakery is a sacred place,
It's a
sure.
good bakery.
But not for the chicken special.
It's a good.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think
the
the
white
food
bread-
is sacred. It's like time traveling when you go in there though, so that's cool.
The white bread was too fluffy.
Too
No such
fluffy.
thing. So
Yeah, no,
take
it
that
is.
back.
It is because you know why? They put so much mayonnaise and then like tomato and things, all this wet shit. By the time you even get it home, there's no structural integrity.
Well, then
You
I would
must
say
have-
that the sandwich is too wet, not bread too fluffy.
yeah, but the bread is no structural integrity. You need to have some structural integrity.
You must have
crust should
added
be.
tomato because tomato's not on the menu for the schnitzel special. It's just lettuce.
You want to try and sneak a menu item past this guy? You got another thing coming.
Well, all right. I added tomato. What's
Yeah, I'm just
busted.
that mean-
Case closed.
You're making changes to the schnitzel special.
nah.
They've
So-
got the ratios worked out.
No,
Yeah.
it was a.
go
It wasn't a bad
willy-nilly.
sandwich, but I'm never getting it again.
Hey, that's
Okay.
between you.
I'll get a pie from there.
It's a good pie. It's a good pie.
There's also the names are very odd at that place. Barbara Streisand, and I'll have the whatever else. That's the only one I remember.
Barbara Streisand and the.
And there was a
What's on the
guy, and I
Streisand?
don't know if we've mentioned this on the podcast. I think Matt did talk about something like this, but there's a guy came in and he was like, I'll have a Barbara Streisand. She was like, on white bread or on wholemeal, on a roll, and he was like, cheese and bacon, please. She was like, oh, okay, and then just went and got a cheese and bacon roll and made the Barbara Streisand.
There you go.
Why?
He was real weird. You know those guys that so he was probably like 50s and he had Ray-Bans that were too small. You know, those like Wayfarers, but like Ray-Bans are really small. So just don't get Ray-Bans. Get another thing that looks like Ray-Bans. And they were too small. And he had like maybe 12 streams of hair left and it was all slicked back. It's kind of like Homer's,
Jack
not Homer's
Nicholson?
brother. Looked like President Ford from The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, big
It
one.
sounds like Jack Nicholson, Wayfarers and slick back thinning hair.
Yeah, that's true. but
have a Barbara Streisand.
I'd like a chicken sandwich. It's my favorite. That's my best Jack Nicholson.
Don't add tomato, otherwise it makes the bread too soggy.
No, it's the bread's fault. It's got nothing to do with the tomato.
It
I will
definitely
make
isn't.
you an amazing. I made bread the other day. Here's another thing.
Here we
I
go.
made bread, and my God, was it good. And then I said to Matt, hey, I made bread the other day. This same day. This is such an eventful walk. I said, wait, I made bread the other day, and I want to make some more. Do you want me to make you bread? I said, I'll make bread, and I'll just bring you some bread. And he was like, don't do that. I was like, oh,
I'll be honest.
okay.
I'm getting a little tired of hearing about Aidan making things and saying, I'll make some for
The
you,
invisible mystery foods.
and then never getting it.
well, you won't be able to eat that
Pies.
bread because
We
it's so full of
went into
pies.
lockdown forever.
The fluffy, the pastry thing. Now bread. No, you made like a pita and then you
Spanakopita.
made like spanakopita.
Yeah.
Is that pita?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And you were like, well, bring.
Pitta barely made it.
I just keep getting hurt again and again and again.
The
and
pies, we went into lockdown.
The
I've
pies.
brought you pizza before. I'm not going to make a pizza because that's annoying, but
I
I will
can't-
make you bread.
Look, I've been
You
hurt.
fucking better
I'm
watch out.
Responding with hurt.
what day are we doing the next podcast?
Probably Wednesday next week.
A loaf of
Great.
soggy.
You got bread?
You're going to fucking
Broken
bread.
promises.
And I'm gonna throw so
Pita.
much fucking tomato on there. I'm gonna make that shit wet. I'm gonna wet that bread up. And if that bread's I'm gonna put it on there on the fluff. It's gonna get nice and wet. And then you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, but he said the other bread was too fluffy,
Oh,
so don't
okay.
even worry about it. You wouldn't be able to moisten that bread. It'd be like eating 2 cork coasters.
Let me just tell you, I'm going to play you some audio here. I'm going to play you some audio.
Is this another every corner? No wait, that's
No, it's about bread. Listen to the crunch this bread makes. Okay?
this podcast has legs.
Okay. Everybody listen.
What's the bread made of?
Snapping celery.
You joking?
Is that
Foley
bread?
artist?
It's bread.
It's bread. It sounds like you're eating wood.
It was freshly toasted. It was freshly made in the
toasted.
oven.
Hold on.
Sounds like a video
not
of an
toasted.
excavator
It was
tearing
not
down a
toasted.
building.
It was freshly made out of the oven. So the top's got a lovely crispy.
It sounded like it was made out of cedar wood.
Just the fact that you guys like soft bread
Pretzel.
upsets me more than I can possibly tell you.
Well, hard bread's toast.
No.
Or stale.
I like hard bread. Like I like
That's a
No, it's
beautiful
lovely,
stale
soft,
loaf.
and beautiful in the middle, but on the top, it can't just be like.
What do you mean the top? The
Crust?
crust?
Yeah,
Like just
top.
the outside?
the top. If you look at a loaf of bread, the fucking top. There's a bottom, there's a top. Of course there is.
But it's not all top. You have slices, and then the outside.
No, this is like a sub.
okay.
It was a Cubano roll, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
So it was like probably like 12 inches.
So we've gone off now. We're not even talking about sandwich.
No, well, that's bread. You can make a sandwich in that bread. Or you can make a sub in that bread. I apologize.
No, okay, well,
But a sub is just a big sandwich.
Long
a sub
sandwich.
is just a long sandwich.
It's
if
a
you
long
think about it.
A big sandwich would be like a big giant square of bread, like a couple of boogie boards.
All right, so
That's a
bread
big
next
sandwich.
week. You bring bread. We eat the bread. Bit of butter. Num num num.
It's gonna be. I'll make
Enjoy
it
the-
if we do it in the afternoon. We will be doing that.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah,
And
probably.
I'll make the bread that day, and I'll also make your pizza. How about that? You fucking
Yeah.
happy?
I had a
Jesus.
I had a window watcher in Shepparton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I remember me and Benno and Dylan and our friend Reese used to walk to school, and there was this guy we'd always walk past every morning, no matter what time. He'd be sitting window open in his chair, just looking out
Was
the
he
window.
very old?
But he's quite old.
So that's what he did all day.
Exactly, just watched out the window. And then one day he wasn't there,
Oh no.
and then the next day, a woman was there in his chair,
Like another old woman.
Haunting.
just an old woman. And then that was her. That was for the rest. The man never showed up
So the
again.
man died, and she just sat there.
I think so. Or
So what I imagine is she used to sit slightly to the right of him with no view,
and now she's
and then
taken over
he
the-
died, and she's like, "Fuck you, Jerry," and then gets in.
No, I think it's something like they're actually cosmic guardians, and if someone isn't sitting in that chair, like Highlander type shit, there's always got to be someone in that chair, and
Yeah.
then he died and passed it on to the next person in the.
So you reckon she was just walking by, and they locked eyes, and all of a sudden she blinked, and she was in the chair.
She's like the new doctor.
Like she doesn't even know why she's in the chair, but she knows.
She knows she can't move.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
one
that's
day,
terrifying. Don't
you'll
say
be
that.
walking to school, and you'll
then-
look at her, and you'll be in your little uniform, sitting there, no.
And then you'll sit there, and you'll be an old man. You're like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
But I can't move. I can't
you'll
scream.
let
you
some
can
kids
move.
Internal
just like
screaming.
you.
No, you can move.
But then
You
the
just
kids can't
get up.
see me move.
You can't get
So
up.
wouldn't I be like, help, help? The old man's just sitting there,
Oh, yeah,
trapped in his
yeah,
own
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
It's like a giant existential version of Danny Glover with the bomb in the toilet in Lethal Weapon 2. That's what I think of it.
That's a great breakdown of the window watcher of Shepparton.
bomb in the toilet and Lethal Weapon 2?
You know where Danny Glover goes to the toilet?
Diplomatic immunity.
There's a bomb in my ass.
There's a bomb in my ass.
It's like, it's all right, Rog. We'll get you out of here. Don't worry.
I don't remember him having a bomb in his butt.
You don't remember?
He's
That's
got
like the
he's
main
got a
plot.
bomb ass butt. Danny Glover has a bomb in his ass. That's the main
No, he
plot.
sits on the toilet and they put a bomb on his toilet seat and he can't get up, otherwise the bomb goes off in the toilet. So he's sitting there with his pants at his ankles.
I don't remember that, but it sounds plausible.
It's the plot.
All right. Why are you yelling?
Because I'm getting really fighty.
Yeah, fuck off. That's the second time you brought that up after the podcast.
Let me cool the mood a little bit.
Oh, if
Let
it's
me-
Funny how?
Bruce
Funny
jokes,
like I'm
yeah, let's
clowning
fucking
you.
get
Put on your
cool.
laughing shoes, fuckheads, because it's time for
I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny?
Bruce
I
jokes.
just spilled my coffee. Oh,
Okay,
no.
I'm going to do a try not to laugh challenge. Look right into the barrel of the camera.
Now, Bruce didn't give me notes. Actually, I don't think he gave me notes. Let me see.
It's Bruce Notes.
No, I don't have any. I don't have any notes this week.
What do I write like a fucking scribe?
Bruce Notes.
That's pretty good.
I need everyone to know that I haven't read these yet. So
Didn't he
last
give you
week,
notes from
last
the
week I had a
last
quick.
podcast?
No.
This
he
might be
he hasn't-
better.
he hasn't
I think
heard
you
them.
overthink
They
it.
come out.
That's what I think. So I haven't read them. I read the ones last week and tried to get them, but these ones I'm going fresh, and that's how I'm doing it. Bruce jokes. For those who this is the first time some people might be watching. Our friend Bruce started
It's the
writing
first
jokes.
time anyone's watching.
That's true. It's the.
Why'd you laugh originally if you didn't think it was...
you were just being me.
I thought you
Oh,
were
is it?
saying
We've never
like,
had anyone...
Yeah,
right.
Bruce started writing jokes in lockdown. I really liked them, so I started sharing them on the podcast. And
He's hoping one day we'll like them too.
That's so true.
the other day, I heavily lubricated my. Is that the word, Ben? Lubricated?
I don't know what the word is. I'm
That's the
guessing
joke.
so. That's
That's
a word.
the joke.
Okay.
The other day, I heavily lubricated my. Is that the word, Ben? Lubricated?
Yeah, okay.
I like that one. I think it's good.
It's got dimension to it. I
yeah.
wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for
sorry.
breaking
I
down.
should have warmed you up with
why
something.
we weren't ready for it? Because that's usually how the jokes are
Yeah,
written.
yeah. I'm like, is remuneration? Remuneration?
There's still the fact that it's remuneration bothers me to this day.
I've thought about it every single day.
Yeah.
Hey, Aidan.
Yeah.
I bet the guy who invented Barocca has an. I don't know why I like this so much. So, hey, Aidan.
Hey,
I,
yeah.
I bet the guy who invented Barocca has an enormous personality. I just like it.
Okay, it's fine. It's
What do you mean?
Hold on. So we can piss and shit in the bathtub and there's no legal authority dispatched to stop me or save me?
That's pretty funny.
Unbelievable. Nothing, Ben. 14 Frankfurt hot dogs is officially too many Frankfurt hot dogs for one person who isn't at all hungry. You heard a giggle there? How's it
That
going?
one was funny. Wait, I have to have a straight face.
69 bottles of beer on the wall, 69 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 69 bottles of beer on the wall. 69. Well,
That's rough.
it's not the strongest. It's not the strongest in the
No,
group.
it's not even.
You'd hope not.
I'm an advocate for that one.
You really like that one because we were workshopping this one the other day. This one I
This
heard
has been
live.
some sort of filter.
So when Matt doesn't know the jokes,
No, I haven't read them.
Co-writing them.
I haven't read this, but he pitched this one to us, and
I haven't heard this one since I said it.
We'll come back. We'll come back to it. I used to think my neighbor's evil old cat was out to get me. Then it got rolled by their car, and after 3 surgeries, still wasn't able to walk or run. You know, with the amount of legs it had. So yeah, can't get me now. I feel relieved, honestly.
I don't even know what happened in that joke.
I spaced out in the middle of that one.
Yeah, it was
Why
long.
did you say something about legs?
Also, I just think I read it all over the place.
Fuck, can you just read them before you do it on the podcast?
I just wish it was written the way someone would read it, say
I've
it, not
never,
read it.
I mean, just
That should be how sentences normally go.
I used to think my neighbor's evil old cat was out to get me. Then it got rolled by their car, and after 3 surgeries, still wasn't able to walk or run. You know, with the amount of legs it had. See, this is...
It's just a poorly written joke. It's just a bad
Is he
joke.
translating these from Russian?
Do you know what that is? It's a bad joke.
And it's still wasn't able to walk or run, you know, with the amount of legs it had.
Yeah, you know, with the amount of legs it has, the part that really lost me.
So yeah, can't get me now. I feel really relieved, honestly. You know what?
So the evil cat got hit by a car, had surgeries, couldn't walk. Now it can't attack Bruce.
There's something there. There's something there.
True crime.
Might have been my delivery. It's probably the writing. Sorry, Bruce.
I think it was a combination of all the factors.
Yeah, we all fucked up there.
I mean,
Everybody
I didn't.
fucked up.
I mean, I did
No,
fine.
Beck and I and Ben, fuck.
We
kill
all
me.
collectively.
All right, you're in the
fucked
fuck up category now. Aidan. It's just me and
Damn
Ben.
it. No, please take me back.
Too late.
Please.
Get in the pit with us.
You're talking how that joke was written.
Hey Ben.
Yeah,
Have you
what?
ever click and collected your nan's panties? Yeah, me neither.
Fuck.
Bruce jokes. Thank you, Bruce.
He should do this. He should, A, take a comedy writing class, and B,
Oh, big word, big call, big call.
thank you, and B, put them in order of worst to funniest, because the funniest ones are always at the top,
Yeah, there were those real good winners at the start.
right? So every time we do Bruce jokes, we get funny, yeah, very funny, bad,
We're left with the sour taste. in
and
our
then
mouth.
we
And
just
yet we
left
always
with
come back.
like this fucking, did you click and collect your nan's panties?
Can't help myself. I gotta come back for more. Because there's genius
I've
in
never
there.
been more embarrassed.
Turn your phone off, sir. Turn your phone off.
I'm
Good
so
visual
muscle
gag. Good
psycho.
visual gag. Good. Now everyone's on
Really
their phone.
using the medium.
Thank you, Bruce, for those jokes. I did enjoy a lot of them. My note to him, I
Yeah.
gave him a note, and Beck disagreed with me. I said it should be 70 bottles of beer on the wall, 70 bottles of beer, you take one down, you walk on down, 69 bottles
Yes,
of beer on the wall.
100%.
Haha, 69.
Yes, because you've said 69 a million times. And why did the
Exactly.
beer go back on the wall?
Exactly.
Well, that's why I thought it was funny that he kept saying 69 over and over again. And after the 5th time, he's like, lol. Like
see
it's
that.
just occurred to him, you know.
I see that.
But I think as you're hearing the joke, your brain goes, why did he say, why is there 69 again? And then he's
that
saying,
added to the joy for me.
he's saying the punchline
I
while
reckon
you're thinking
Bex
about it.
works better for a skit. If you like are watching just a random character
God,
do
can you
that.
imagine that coming on an SNL? You'd be like, well, fuck, the show's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the 69 bottle sketch last night?
I mean,
Fucking
they've done
great.
some pretty like they're very good, but there are always some fucking ranted skits.
This
in
show's
SNL.
just really bad. No McDonald. Anyways.
It's yeah.
Is that not McDonald's?
I try my best.
Sounds like Owen Wilson.
This show's really bad. Sorry.
Is Adam Sandler?
Thank you.
Did you put it on the nail?
Oh my god, my impressions are dog shit. Yeah, thank you, Bruce. The Bruce jokes.
Hey.
It was a great time. You did very well. We're very proud of you. It was great work. Yeah, Beck, what time are we at there on the bottom right?
Rock
it should
o'clock.
Of the little recording. 55 minutes.
55 minutes. We're fucking smashing it. Ben, I've got a viewer submitted question. When did you first learn you could dance?
Yeah, when did you first learn you could dance? Because I first learned you could dance 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay. Probably about the same.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't remember ever just breaking it down somewhere and being like, I've got it. I've got the
wow,
rhythm.
I
I've got the
dance.
I think it's just I've always just had the rhythm, you know?
Just been in you.
It's always
I
just been
think,
inside.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It was born when I was born.
Ooh.
I've been infused with it.
You were
It's
born
just
at the same
something-
time as the rhythm? So before you, there was no rhythm.
Yeah, people were just sort of standing around. Like, this is great.
It makes
I love
sense.
the tempo,
He's
but
quite old.
Yeah. Wish you could do something.
well, there's Father Time, and there's Brother Rhythm.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
hell, no.
That's metal.
That's fucking
You know, there's a story about.
Yeah?
I shouldn't come up with things on the fly on the podcast, but there's a story. It's like I sound like Carl Pilkington.
Never
now.
have a conversation. I should always be.
It was a long time ago.
Yes.
Like
Back in the day, way
way
your
back.
mind
Like 07?
So I'm talking like medieval times around that time.
Right, not 07.
Wow.
No.
Well, depending on the numbers before, it could have been 07.
Well, no, well, yeah,
13.
Could have been
1407.
1407.
Exactly.
Exactly correct.
And there's it was like this mass hysteria thing, hysteria.
Hysteria and hysteria both work.
Right.
Listeria.
Wisteria Lane.
You guys are unbelievable.
We are very popular.
I thought this was just music that Beck was playing for the
Hello?
story.
Hi, good morning. This is Isa from Fitness Passport. Am I speaking with Mr. Ben?
Oh yeah, hang on. I'll have to call you back.
Sure.
That's an actual phone call.
Damn it. So someone goes out into the town center, into the town square, and starts just going like, and starts dancing. Starts
Okay.
dancing and making weird
In
noises.
1407.
In 1407. And then for whatever reason, because it's 1407 and they don't have, I don't know, friends
Fucking
or
working
or
brain.
PlayStation
Yeah.
or whatever. What do the kids watch now?
I think it's still watching
PlayStations.
Friends.
Nintendo Switch.
Big Bang Theory.
I want to play
Exactly.
Fortnite.
So then someone else sees them and starts going, and starts dancing with them. And then by a certain point, there's hundreds of people there going,
Just dancing.
just dancing, just going off their mind. Just
To no music.
no, nothing. They're just dancing. And they dance for so long that some people die. Some people die of exhaustion. Some people just collapse.
There was like
I've seen
poison
that,
in
though.
the wells.
What
Something
you're not
happened.
telling a part of it is that they all had their hand on a Ford Focus, and the last one to have their hand on it wins the car.
Fucking hell. That's like those videos you see of like, you know, the Americans at their, you know, the pastors come round to the televangelist. And they, all of a
Something
sudden
like
they get
that.
the Holy
Yeah.
Spirit.
Yeah, it's full. And so they had like the guards or whoever was in charge of the city had to eventually, after like days and days, they're like, people are dying, and they just had to disperse the crowd and get people off. And then they were fine. But for whatever reason, it was just like everyone decided to start joining in. I remember the same thing. There was another one about a bunch of nuns who started laughing in a convent
Oh, you mean the laughing
That's
nuns?
terrifying.
and just started laughing, and they all kept laughing. It's this thing. Exactly. About that is, when you said that's terrifying, it just occurred to me that is horrifying.
Yes, horrendous. Sister, I need help.
And a room full of them as well. Jesus.
Also, laughing is tiring.
yeah.
They would have had rippling abs.
Yeah. Rippling abs. All these nuns lifting up their dresses going, fucking go on, punch me. I can take it. Hit me.
I've never met a person with actual abs that asks the people to do that.
You can hit me. I can take it. Do
It's
it.
always the guy that's like almost there. You know, he's like, I've been working out a bit. Yeah, okay, punch me. No, feel it. Feel it. Punch me. I was that guy.
I've gotten so fat, you guys. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, me.
Matthew.
I put it honestly, I'm not at my worst, but I'm not at my best. I'm exactly halfway between where I was at my worst.
There
and
was
where
a
I
time where you were thrilled to be here.
Oh, but I put on a shirt. Remember Beck last night when I put on that shirt?
Oh, I remember. It was traumatizing
It's such an
for
event for
everybody.
you to put on a shirt.
We watched a video.
Like a shirt?
Yeah, we
With
watched
buttons?
we watched a video and Beck went, "Oh, I remember that was a nice shirt. What happened to that shirt?" I was like, "I don't know." And I looked at the back of the cupboard and I was like, "Oh yeah, and it's not that old. I only had it on like 3 months ago,
What
4 months
shirt
ago.
is it?
It's like this yellow
Like a button-up flannel.
yeah.
Oh, I know the shirt.
And I went
you
to-
went bowling with me in that shirt
Yeah,
once.
and I went to put it on, and one of the buttons is fucking just
Yeah.
pinched open like that, and I was like, "Fuck me."
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some real changes happening.
Yeah.
In this house.
Yeah.
For this, because I remember there was a point when I was so big I just stopped wearing socks.
What?
You remember
so
when
hard to put on?
That wasn't hard to put on. I was just like, "Oh, fucking can't be fucked with this shit." trying to
bending
get over my
over?
gut and like do it. So there's a point where I just used to wear like fancy man shoes with like just no socks. You know, people used.
But you were getting down there to put the fucking shoe on.
Yeah, and I can stand up and just cram it in the shoe. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And
You
I
have
did
come
it.
so far.
Dressing
You
himself.
should not look at yourself in the mirror and be upset if you were jamming your bare foot into a fucking dress shoe.
I don't want to. It's.
That there is on par to me with drinking all that custard.
It's funny. I thought about the custard thing as well. That's where my brain went.
I was like, those are on par. I'm not putting socks on, but I'm putting on my leather shoes.
Which would be funny because I was thinking about it as like when he was at his biggest, it's because he was necking barrels of custard. So he was at his biggest putting the shoes on. So I'm imagining him necking a 2 liter of custard and just
Slamming
smooshing
it.
his chubby foot into a leather clog.
Like a fucking loaf of bread.
The clog.
Why didn't you just get like an abnormally large shoehorn?
I don't know, man.
Also,
I
by
was
the way,
just a
this might be
big
too
fat
much,
cunt.
but like, were your feet ever just sweaty?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh,
All
that
the
would
time.
be
You know when you
so
see people in
horrendous.
fancy shoes with no socks, they're wearing no-show socks. They're not just
Yeah,
sweating
they're
it
just
out.
not wearing socks.
I know. I know.
cowhide. It'll
wearing
absorb.
socks.
I know. It was. I was obese.
If I can't see the sock, it's not there.
I'm
was-
wearing socks.
It was as the doctors would refer to it, morbidly obese.
You're not.
We're
allowed to say
not.
that.
I'm not allowed to say that anymore, are we?
No, somebody
Oh,
told me
yeah?
that the other day. Not
Isn't it a medical term though?
No, apparently not. I don't know enough about it to be talked about on the podcast, frankly.
Okay.
But somebody said that to me.
People say a lot of shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I'm
true.
gonna
That's why
continue
I'm not
this.
like saying don't say it, but I'm also saying not to
not
not
say
say it. So say it or don't say it, but don't ever cite me after you say it.
Wise words from Aidan there.
So don't say some morbidly obese guy Aidan told me not to say this, and don't say Aidan told me not to say this, or told me to say it. Realistically, I wish this was never brought up.
Very formal non-position there.
You're taking a very objective stance. I, however, was a big fat cunt.
I used to be so huge. Jesus.
You know, I feel like I've earned my stripes.
We've spoken about this on the podcast before, but I remember we were in a car park, weren't we? In the car park of our uni, and I said, God, if my gut ever hangs over me, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Exactly.
And then
Stripes are out. Listen, if you are at home right now and you
I've given up on socks.
have given up on socks, then you can tell me when I'm not allowed to say morbidly obese. But I was a big boy and I gave up on socks. Gave up on socks big time.
But you still got socks on now.
Well, I mean,
The world is your oyster.
I can wear socks.
Are you going to the gym at 6 o'clock
What?
tonight?
It doesn't open till Sunday, our gym.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But they're open 24 hours, which is nice, I guess. So
That
that'll
is
be good.
nice.
Yeah.
So Sunday.
Sunday's the big day, everybody.
Fucking let's go.
Gonna be hitting it. Gonna
like
be getting.
those,
I'm gonna, in the wise words of Ben J, I'm gonna try and get a little bit less fat and weak.
That is one of my favorite things you've ever said.
Thanks, guys. Glad to be here.
Happy to have you here. Shall we finish off with a story?
Uh,
Does anybody have anything they want to? Sorry,
no, I don't have a single story.
sorry. I feel like I've been blah 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 in this whole podcast.
That's sort of the idea, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've got some stuff. I got to come prepared in case.
George and I found some stray dogs. I just remembered that.
Yeah.
Where? What? Tell me everything.
So we were driving around.
Oh, yeah?
We tend to just drive around for something to do. Listen to music, talk shit.
You do that a lot
Is it literally just like, let's go for a drive and you just drive
Yeah, just
in?
put on tunes and talk shit.
because he's called me twice and like prompted me to say something stupid and been like, George is here.
To be fair, you don't need prompting.
Shut up.
Anyway, we're driving around late at night, and we like to look at real estate as well.
Yes, that's a fun. That's a fun thing.
You moguls.
Yeah. Then we drive down this street, and then there's just this dog walking along. Oh no, it was right near the the highway actually. And we're like, that's close to the highway, and he doesn't have a collar. What's going on there? So we follow it down this road, and it sort of is like checking over his shoulder, like, the fuck these guys doing? We follow it, like, where's he going? Is he going home? What's going on? I don't know. It was sort of white and brown, patchy, and
Like a medium, big sized dog.
it was a medium dog. It was taller than Shug.
Okay.
So we're walking along, and then this giant black dog comes out of somewhere, and that's walking with it. Also no collar, but it's huge. It's like the size of a large dog
Yeah, like a big fucking
or a
dog.
very, very, very small horse.
Okay.
So this is like, you're talking like Great Dane proportions.
A little bit smaller than a Great Dane,
Like a okay
but thicker. Like thicker. It wasn't lanky
That's
like
a
a Great
decent
Dane.
Dane.
That's a decent
Like a
Dane.
big boxer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like Mike
What
Tyson.
about like a German Vizsla?
Yeah?
Dunker.
Look, we can all say words.
Yeah, and so we're following like, where are these dogs coming from? What's going on? And they're just walking down the street, and then the big black one's like, oh, we're like, all right, okay, calm down. At the car, yeah.
It wasn't a fan of you guys.
No, because we sort of slowed down and just like in the car, and it was late at night. We would have just looked ominous, you know.
To the big black dog.
So the dogs barked. I'm like, what should we do? I don't know. We've got no collars or anything. We can't check. And I don't want to get out of the car because they one of the smaller one, the first one, looked kind of hungry. Like its ribs were showing and stuff. I'm like, how are these? It's in a residential neighborhood though, so they can't have been out and about that long. So did they have a house and they're just not getting fed? What the fuck is going on? So I called the council after hours number. I'm like, hey, I know it's late, but I thought I'd let you know because if some kids are walking to school or something, there's a big fucking dog here. There's two of them, and the after hours council chick was like, yeah, look, I can put in a job, but we don't really have anyone on now. I was like, okay. So I guess, you know, I figured that would be the case, but I figured I'd call and get it logged or something so someone can come out in the morning if they're still kicking around because it doesn't look like they've got anywhere to go. Yeah, okay.
Fucking asshole.
You could call RSPCA. Okay. Would that be something that you would be interested in doing? Because I've called you now and you're the council.
Yeah,
so if we're both calling RSPCA or I'm calling RSPCA, what's the point of you taking the job for someone in the morning? If I've also called the RSPCA and they come out and sort it. Like, yeah, I mean, you could call them though, you know, because we don't have anyone on. It's like, yeah, but you're putting a job through, aren't you? And George was like hitting me in the arms. Like, don't stop. I'm like,
no, fuck that.
What am I supposed to do?
Lazy son of a bitch.
You got to have a life of getting hit in the arm at this point.
And then I was like, okay, well, I'll try RSPCA then. She's like, okay, cool, thank you. I was like, yeah, thank you for fucking doing your job for you. Then she hangs up, and then George was like, it looks really hungry. We should feed him. Like, with what? She's like, there's 7-Eleven up there. So we went, got one of these little Don's ham things. Those little tear open packets of sliced ham. And then we drove back down there, and George was like, did you guys ever have the Santa that came around on the fire engine when you were kids?
Yep.
It was like that, but she was just throwing wet ham out onto the pavement. She just go, here you go, and it was like wary of her. So she's trying to throw ham out towards it, just went onto the pavement. And it kept landing on the road. She's like, I can't, it won't frisbee out onto the lawn. She's like, there you go. Are you hungry? Come and eat the ham. Don't go on the road though. But there's ham.
This dog's anxious because it's getting ham fucking piffed at it.
Oh God, we're under fire.
So she was
every time. And I was like, give it here, give me a go. And like, straight out onto the road again. It just kept slapping into the gutter and onto the pavement, making the most ridiculous.
Why didn't you bunch it up and try to throw it as a ball of ham?
Because then you only get one shot.
Because it's
like one sheet.
Because it's ham. It just unfolds.
I've never thrown ham.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Can you imagine coming across that in the morning, just seeing all these ham discs all over the road?
Were you near a security camera? And can we get the footage?
Can we get good? Because we drove past a bunch of houses. I'm like, surely some of these people are a bit sus at this car slowly going down the road. We probably went up and down the road like 6 times. No one came out or anything.
Someone's trying to sleep and they just keep hearing. What the fuck is that?
What's going on?
Someone's throwing ham again.
Mom, terrains are here.
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.